What is going on, everybody? Car Guy V8 here with another video. And today I'm standing out in the cold rain in front of my 1982 Cutlass, which has the worst gear ratio GM ever put in a vehicle. In fact, it's worse than any Ford gear ratio and any Mopar gear ratio of the era too. So what is this gear ratio? Well, you might think I'm in a hot rod with a very aggressive rear gear ratio, seeing that I'm doing 45 miles an hour at 3,000 RPMs, but that is not the case. We are in first gear. And right now we are just doing a leisurely highway cruise at 75 miles an hour at just 2,000 RPMs in third gear. So what is this gear ratio? Let's hop inside the car where it's a little bit warmer and let's go over some gears. So I actually had to come inside the house for this portion of the video because the interior of the Cutlass was just too echoey and it did not sound good on video. So here we are, and let's talk about the car. It is a 1982 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme that came from the factory with an Oldsmobile 307 engine, a turbo 350, and a 214-to-1 rear gear ratio, which is insanely high. Mix that with the 252 first gear of the turbo 350, you have a total first gear ratio of 5.39 to 1, which is anemic. And if you compare that with, say, a 4th gen Camaro with a 273 rear end and a 4L60E with a 306 first gear, that would come out to an 8.35 to 1 first gear ratio. Or even a New Edge Mustang GT with the 5-speed, a 338 first gear, and a 327 rear gear, that would be an 11.05 to 1 first gear ratio. So those are just a couple of combos to compare to the Cutlass, which basically you're starting in second gear in the Cutlass. That's what it feels like. Anytime you're in first, it's like it's starting out in second, which luckily the car has a a Vortec 350. So it has plenty of torque and it has more high-end power. But first gear will realistically take you to about 75 miles an hour at 5,500 RPM. If you rev it out to 6K, you'll be around like 87, 88 miles an hour in first gear. That's absolutely crazy. And if you compare this rear gear ratio to the worst Ford rear gear ratio that I could find, Ford had a 233 to 1 rear gear, and it was in a 9-inch from like the 70s or somewhere around that era. And Mopar's worst gear ratio is a 221 to 1. Now I'm talking about factory ratios here. I know for like land speed racing and stuff, some people will go to like a 2.0 gear, or maybe they're even gears higher than that. I'm not for sure. But factory wise, I believe the 214 rear gear is the worst rear gear ratio ever put in an American-made vehicle. And I would doubt there are any foreign cars that have a worse gear ratio, because the thing about the American cars is they had the big V8s with torque. So I would be very surprised if a foreign car had a gear ratio as bad as these. And if you want to think about something that makes this 214 rear gear even worse, is that it came paired with a turbo 350. You know, these cars could have had the 200R4 4-speed automatic, which had a 2.74 first gear, which that would have given you just a little extra oomph off the line, but not a whole lot with a 214 gear. So there really could not be a much worse setup than this. I mean, to make things even crazier, if I was to go with a 308 rear gear ratio in that car, the percentage of change going from a 214 to a 308 rear gear is 44%. It is a 44% increase in gear ratio, which 308s, they're just about the perfect all-around gear for a 3-speed automatic, because you get a little bit of oomph off the line, but you also get highway cruisability. But a 44% increase in gear, say versus a New Edge Mustang, if you have the stock 327s and you go to a 456 rear gear, that is only a 39% increase in gear. So there is a bigger mathematical change going from 214s to 308s than going from stock gears in a New Edge to 456s, which I know that's not accounting for 456s being so aggressive or anything. I'm just talking about the percent of change to put into perspective how terrible 214 rear gears are. But even through all of that, I actually enjoy them. I mean, I can cruise 75 at 2,000 RPMs all day long. And you would say, yeah, just put a 700 R4 or something with an overdrive in there, and then I could have a steep rear gear and still have good highway cruisability. But I like 3-speeds, turbo 350s, turbo 400s. I like them. They're simplistic and they're strong. And you don't have to worry about, getting the kick down hooked up just perfectly on the 700R. And they're a little bit weaker transmissions. I'm sticking with a turbo 350. So I'm thinking a 308 rear gear, maybe even a 273, because a 273 is still I think it's a 27% increase in gear, which is still absolutely crazy. I mean, that's like a new Edge going from 327s to around 410s. So even 273s would be a significant performance boost for that car. So what do y'all think, guys? Let me know in the comments what you think about these gear ratios and what should I do with the car. Thank y'all for watching this video.